Hey, Matt Brown here, and we're going to do more from Melancholy. This is Where Boys Fear to Tread. So, two simple riffs really to talk about, and then the intro section. So, what I'm going to do with this one is teach you the main riffs and then go back and teach the intro parts, because that's probably what most of you are looking to learn anyway. Alright, so let's get after what I was just playing, the main riff, Alright, so what we're doing at first is an E7 arpeggio, and we're sliding into the D note at the 5th fret of the 5th string. Alright, so we're going to do that 5th fret note, and then we're going to come and play a tritone below it at the 4th fret of the 6th string. And you're sliding into that 5th fret note each time. You know, it doesn't really matter where you slide from, maybe a fret or 2 frets below. And, you know, that'll get the job done. Alright, so then we're going to have 3 low open string notes. Then we're going to arpeggiate a little F5 power chord. So just a 2-string deal. We're going to play the 5th string, then the 6th string. And then the riff concludes with a G note at the 3rd fret. I should have said too, the song is, every string is tuned down a half step like most of the songs on this album. So that's it for the main riff. I'll do it real slow here. Alright, so the main riff is going to transition the last time we play it into what I'm going to call the chorus riff, or the bridge section to this song. So let's see what happens there, and let's check out that chorus riff too. So the last time we play the riff and go into the chorus, we have this. So the last 8th note that we're going to play is a 2nd fret note. In the 2nd measure there, and that's going to lead us to this riff. Alright, so something I'm sure you've noticed that I'm doing too is playing this all with downstrokes, and that's going to give it a heavier sound. So the chorus riff is super simple. We're doing this for the first measure. So just doing the 1st fret and the open string on your low 6th string, and then the 2nd measure is we have 6 1st fret notes, and then we're going to do the 3-2 on the low string. So, and then it all repeats again. So the riff slowly. Now in the first measure you can add a little bit of vibrato to it's the 4th and 5th 8th notes of the measure, like this. Alright, so the last time we're going to play the riff, we're not going to do the 3-2 transition thing because we're going back to the main riff. So here's how that kind of transitions. Alright, so that takes care of the verse and chorus riffs. The chorus riff is played with power chords and kind of just a heavier variation towards the end of the song. So we'll check that out, and then we'll kind of reverse and go back to the beginning. The end of the song features a riff that it's a 2-bar thing that's repeated 8 times. So I'll play that at tempo and then play it slowly. So those are the 2 measures there. Slowly it's right, so measure by measure, we're just playing 2-string power chords, the F5 and E5. So I'm doing the E5 with the middle finger and then the F5 with the first finger and pinky. And here's the first measure. Okay, then the second measure is just all F5s except for the last strum. The last eighth note is an E5. Okay, so that, like I said, that is a 2-bar thing, happens 8 times. Then what we're going to do is 3 bars of this. So this is where he's doing the get on the bomb, part. So again, at tempo. So I mean, he's playing kind of more sparse rhythms and strumming fewer strings here is what's going on. So slowly we'd have ready, go. So the ending is, it comes in after a fermata. It comes in on beat 4. So I'll count you in here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so you could just play this all down here in this area of the guitar, which is probably what I would do if I were to, hypothetically cover this. It sounds like though he's doing the first slide on the 6th string to get a different tone from the rest of it. So anyway, what he does on the record is sliding from 10 to up to 12 on your 6th string, and then it's just the first 4 notes of the main riff is what he does there. Okay, so let's go back now and check out the beginning. I'll go through Billy Corgan's part for the very beginning, which is, it's just strumming open strings and noise, but and then we'll do James E. Haas' part. Okay. So, let's talk about what you need to do and what you don't need to do with something like this to give it the sound of what people are expecting to hear. So the first little bit is just, so you're palm muting lightly, not like a full, like I like to call Metallica palm muting. From the 5th fret, you're sliding down. So it's an a quarter note pickup. 1, 2, 3. All right. So and then that first open E note hits on your first downbeat. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do some palm muted low E notes like this. All right. So what we have is basically 10 16th notes there. 1, 2. And then the following measure, what we're going to do is try to, you can either kind of create harmonics by like touching the string at the 3rd fret, or you can do like pinch harmonics. It sounds like that might be what he's doing on the record. Alright, so it's just, it's measure 2. Measure 3 is the same measure or rhythm that we had in measure 2, this 1, 2. Here though we're getting messy and we're strumming just kind of random open strings. Alright, the next measure is just kind of a mess. It's something like that. Again. Alright, so just making a bunch of rhythmic noise with the open strings. Make sure that you're keeping it in time though. Alright, The next measure, after the open strings are held out, we're just palm muting for 8/16 notes. Alright, then the next measure is this. So you're playing on 1 and then resting on 2, and then resting, the other rest is on the end of 3. So again. Okay, then we're going to do the repeated rhythm that happens throughout the rhythm, the same rhythm that we had in measure 2. So it's 1, 2. Alright, and then again we're going to have kind of the syncopated 8th note thing. Alright, then the 16th note thing that's repeated. 1, 2. And then the 8th note thing again. Alright, then the 16th note thing again. 1, 2. The 8th note thing again. The last time he does the 8th note thing there, that time though, he's strumming almost all of the open strings, like. And then what he does is, that's the end of the intro that's going to lead into the main riff that I already taught you. So he's sliding from the 8th fret down, doing the open string, and then it starts like. Alright, so let's go back now and check out James Iha's stuff. Alright, for James Iha's part, I'm not going to put on the backing track. I'm just going to go through and explain measure by measure what happens. So, the first 2 measures we're not doing anything. What he comes in with is just a whole note, and it sounds like it's a harmonic at the 12th fret here. And then what he's doing is, it's something that's similar to the 8th note syncopated thing that I was just showing you with the other guitar. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, go. So that's just one measure. The next measure he's doing this. Ready, go. Alright, the next measure is just rests. So the next measure, you have a full bar of rest. The next measure after that is this. Alright, so that's that measure. So he's just doing some crazy slides. Like, sounds like he's starting roughly at the 2nd fret of the 5th string, going up to the 14th fret, and then doing it again, starting at the 2nd fret, but going up to the 17th fret the next time. Okay, that again is followed by your harmonics. This time the harmonic is sustained for 2 measures, and then we're going to play some harmonics on either your 4th and 3rd string, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, any of those strings. It's going to sound good. And then there's one little last thing to check out. So let's talk about that. So the last little idea is this. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So it's like a little E minor pentatonic little tiny bit. So we're doing a rest on 1, some muted notes, and then 3, 5, 3. So again, and that takes care of his intro part. So you probably want to keep the rhythms consistent and maybe keep some of these ideas consistent if you're gonna cover this. But kind of do your own thing and make it interesting too. Okay, so that's it for Where Boys Fear to Tread. I'm Matt Brown. Please subscribe to my channel and email me if you'd like the tabs. My email address is in the description for the video. Please check me out on Facebook too and Twitter as well if you guys do that too. So I'll see you guys around. Thanks a lot.